Today, I'm going to be reviewing some local websites and giving my opinion on things that they can change in 2025 to make their website convert better. So, a lot of websites I see these days are, using outdated templates, outdated layouts, outdated fonts. All these things are kind of hurting their business. And we're just going to go in and analyze and see some of the things that can change to make these websites better. Okay, so today we're looking at a local realtor in the Toronto area here. Right off the bat, a couple issues that we see. The call list today. So your phone, you get great. I love having your phone number right in the top of the fold here. It's super important to make it easier for customers to contact you, but the main problem that's going on here is this is not a clickable link. So I mean, in this day and age, the majority of your traffic is going to be coming from mobile. As soon as they land on your page, you want them to be able to just hit a button and it takes them right to their phone dialer and they can just call you right away, right? If you're trying to copy and paste this into your phone, it's a hassle. It's just, creating a lot of friction for people to contact you. You definitely want to avoid this. Second kind of common thing I see is people putting their social media icons right at the top of the header here. So there's a reason you don't want to do this. What you should be doing is using your social media to drive traffic to your website, not the other way around. So if someone clicks on this website, they're like, oh, cool, Tutaguchi, she's a local realtor. She has social media. Maybe I should go check out what she's doing on Instagram. So I click this link. I get going on her Instagram page here. Then what do? I click home, start going into my feed. Next thing you know, I'm 10 cat videos deep. I totally forgot while I was here. So the whole point of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all these social media companies is to keep you on their platform, people on your site and clicking your links, not moving away into social media here. So, I mean, it's good to have these, but my advice would be to bring them down and put them in the footer here. Next up, we have our kind of hero section here. Design wise, it's not terrible. We have a nice professional photo of the agent here. That's great. But if you click again, like we have a link here leading to social, and this is actually a dead link. So cleaning that up would definitely be a benefit. Another, thing that should probably be changed here is we have a huge wall of text, right? So no one's going to read this. They're going to come to the site. They're going to see this huge wall of text. They're not going to read it. This needs to be broken up into smaller sections, infographics, pictures, better layout. You can still have the majority of this information on the page here. It just needs to be presented in a better way. As soon as someone sees a wall of text, they're just going to be like, oh, I don't want to read this and click away. So that would be my first, redesigning this hero section, changing this call us today into a clickable link, getting rid of our socials at the top here. Now this is great here. They have the properties that they've sold listed as well as properties for sale. That's great. That's definitely something you want to highlight right on the main page. And again, they're in the footer here. So you have your phone number again, but it's not a clickable link. Mail to, you've got your email. That's great. That's a clickable link. That'll work great on mobile. And then you have your social links. So adding those other social links to the bottom here would be a great thing to do. Let's take a look at some of the other sections on the website. So great. Another section just for listings. That's awesome. Love it. Buying, a little section here for buyers that are going to work with this agent. Again, we've got a huge wall of text. I mean, this design is a little bit outdated. We're like very condensed in terms of of the layout here, maybe wider, larger images. Those would really kind of be a benefit. Again, breaking all this text up into different sections with different graphics. Staging. So this agent offers staging. Great way to highlight your offerings that you provide with the listing. But again, like not too much text, but still not great here. Testimonials, not too bad. Again, large walls of text. We can display these in a more visually appealing way. Home evaluation. So this is just a link to a contact form. Not too bad here. And contact us. Yeah, I like having this map here that shows where their office is. And what else here? Overall, not bad, but you can see that it's just a bit of an older website, right? So, cleaning this up, making it more modern, more professional would definitely be a benefit. For testimonials, like, why don't we go and see? Okay, so honestly, killing it with the Google reviews. 250 reviews, 4.9 stars. That's awesome. So if anyone's searching for a realtor, they're going to probably come up in the local 3-pack here. For, that's another way you can get kind of listed. 250 Google reviews. Like, I mean, why not? We should be putting some of these on the website as well, right? Making sure we have, and there's, pretty easy ways we can do that. There's plugins we can use. There's, ways to just kind of pull that data in and then display it in, a better way. So who knows how old these reviews are, right? We don't have a date on them. And yeah, this picture here could be updated as well, right? 118 Google reviews. You're up to 250 now. So let's maybe take some of these assets and do a bit of a redesign. Okay, so we were talking about the original site here. I just did a very quick mock-up. It doesn't include, this stuff here. The footer's different, but it just gives you an idea of a more visually appealing way to display the information. Again, this isn't like a 100% polished, finished website that I would give to a client. It's just a very quick way to improve the current site. I mean, this is what we have. What we created is, obviously way better, but there's still a ton of work that could be done to this page to, make it actually ready for deployment. So this is what we have. This is kind of a very quick mock-up. So here are the things that I changed. And these are using the assets that we were able to obtain from the original website. So we just took the picture, we took the logo, added them in here. So right at the top, we removed the social icons. We have more call to actions. So, I mean, like a lot of this text is just dummy text. It needs to be changed. It needs to be optimized. It needs to be, made better so that when someone comes to this site, it doesn't look very generic, right? So get started today. That's a very generic button type of text that I would not be using on a website. But again, we do have a call to action here. So this is leading your customer into your sales funnel. Whenever you're bringing your customer to your website, this is where you control the messaging. This is where you get to decide, this is what I want to display. This is how I want my customer to see me and to see my business. And this is how I get them to get in touch with me. So you should always be leading your customer somewhere where they are going to get in contact with you. That's how you can ultimately close the deal. So get started today. That's going to lead you to a contact form. We now have a clickable button for the phone number. So if someone lands on this from their phone, they're going to be able to click on this, and then it'll take them right to their dialer, and they'll be able to, send you a text message, phone you, do whatever they need to do right away. Again, another call to action here. Right now, it's just taking to a contact form. Other options are, some type of scheduling system, however you want to book your appointments or talk or interact with your customer. Having these right in the main hero section, right in your header, right in your mobile menu when the person clicks it is what's going to make it possible for you to get that sale. Okay. And then talking about just the overall visual appeal of the site, there's more white space, there's more space in between all the elements. We have some infographics here laying out the information in a more visually appealing way. So when we go to this site, we're not just hit with one big wall of text right away, right? We come to this site, the layout doesn't look great, things are kind of jumbled all over the place, we have links that don't work, we have phone numbers that don't work, this huge wall of text here, nice, clean. We can obviously optimize this, clean this up. We need to change all the text around here. Again, once you have this section here, another call to action, giving your clients some of your services, your benefits that you are going to provide them. Scrolling down, you have your reviews here. So this is, providing your reviews in a better way. It just looks, better than what we have on the regular website here. So we have testimonials, again, just wall of text, right? We got some pictures to break it up, we got some more white space, we got dividers, we got headings. All this stuff is going to make your website look a lot better. And again, right at the bottom, another call to action. This footer, we can redesign this. This is pretty small. It's not really, giving us the full offering of stuff in this header. But sometimes too much stuff down there isn't great as well. But this is where I would talk about adding your social icons, etc., etc. Click about, just get those images in there. Break up the text. You can have a little bit more text on some of these out pages as opposed to your main landing page. Offerings. Having a blog section would be very, good for driving traffic to your site, great for your business. That is kind of becoming an older way of doing things now, but it's still working today as of April 2025. So, I mean, this is still something that you need to kind of optimize and focus on. Just because something might not be working as well as it did 1 year, 2 year, 3 years ago doesn't necessarily mean that it's not something that you should still be doing today. But there are other aspects that you need to be thinking about, like generative search through AI, how those snippets are going to show up in Google SERPs, all that type of stuff, is going to impact how users find your website. Contact page, it's just a little bit cleaner layout, looks a little bit better. We have some consistency with elements that are taken throughout with all the different pages. And yeah, basically overall, that's just a very quick mock-up that I made for redesign of this website. I mean, obviously, if this was for a paying client, we would take it a lot deeper here. But just some ideas to kind of clean things up and make the website better than it was. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed it.